Welcome back everyone to episode 3 of my Castlevania Symphony of the Night playthrough. In the last episode we made our way all the way down to the depths of the castle and we found the crystal cloak, not without a difficult fight against a woman with a bunch of snakes and wolf heads because reasons. We went in that way to get there. So if you didn't know any better, you would think that was it. That's everything you needed to do, but there is actually another room right here. Lots of hidden rooms in and around this particular game. Jerk. I think these ladies drop ice cream as well as a sword of some kind. As I mentioned before, we're not going to be able to go any further here. There is an element of grinding for items even if you use the luck code in this game. And while I certainly could do that to kind of force enemies to drop the items that we want, I don't think that would make for a terribly fun experience, just going back and forth between screens for 15-30 minutes trying to get one sword to drop. Even if there are a couple of them that would be absolute game-breaking items that would be worth the time and effort to try to pick them up. We're not going to do that. I could, but I don't think it would make for a terribly fun experience. Alright, so I don't need to go up, but we do want to go to the left. There is an item that we need to pick up all the way over on the far left of this underground area that will allow us to go back to the spot we were just at. So, fun little trick here that you probably don't know about unless you actually stop and look at it. These guys here are all coded to stab up in the air here. You can technically make it through. It would be difficult, but you could do that. Or you could take advantage of this little babbling brook here underneath them, block it with this crate, and drown them all. See you later, boys. I believe they do count as enemies that you killed, so you get the experience points for doing so. We still can't stand in water. So there's absolutely no benefit for me jumping into the water here. You absolutely don't want to fall in if you can avoid it. Oh, look at that dodge! Oh, I thought I shorted that. Unfortunately, because you can't go down into those areas, there is a... Can you stop hitting the wrong button? A lot of stuff underneath that we can't touch map-wise. Again, I'm not too worried about trying to beat the game with 100% map completion because it's really difficult. Gotcha. One of these two frogs, and it might be both frogs, drop a pair of knuckles. Actually might be worth the effort to get and put on, but we're not going to grind anyone here. If they drop an item, awesome. If they don't, oh well. Alright, now we're going to have to take the plunge. This has become a staple in the Igarashi style of Castlevania games. A cavern with a really big waterfall. But we don't want to die, so we're going to just make the jump. I don't think there's anything you can break here. There was a shiitake up there. And another one there. No, that's a different kind. I think that's a toadstool, and eating that, I think, actually poisons you. We're back in the ice caverns. And despite appearances, that ice is too thin to stand on. You break it as soon as you touch it. So you don't want to do that. Come on, at least give me some ice cream, lady. You don't want to drop your sword, that's one thing, but give me the item I need. Alright, I want to go up first before we go to the left. Because this will give me a save point and a passage back to the very beginning of the game. Another loading screen. So this is the item we couldn't grab at the very beginning of the game, the life up, and then you stand on this little platform and badoink! We have a passage through now. And I don't think the first save room is anywhere near here. Yeah, you gotta go up a ways to get to it. Oh, get out of that, dummy. So there is a room behind this part of the wall right here that you can get to later. We don't have the ability to do so yet. We actually require the bat form, which we have not unlocked just yet. But what you do is you go through here as a wolf, turn around, go back through as a bat the other way, and you'll hear a little break in the wall down here. You go down and there is a sword back there. It is a sword that you can use to generate a lot of additional money. It is also an incredibly difficult to use sword. So it's one of those ones that I maybe would be wise not to pick up, but we're not going to avoid anything in the game. It would absolutely make things more challenging because it's not the most damaging weapon in the world, and it has a really slow animation for attacks. All right, here's some more fun animation, or dialogue, rather.
To a place which might be interesting for you.
Ma'am, you have a lovely singing voice. To the bottom. The only way to get this little conveyor to engage is to actually be in the boat. It won't move unless you're in the boat. Well, I say that, but it might actually go if you get out of the boat. He might actually be able to activate it himself. Long story short, you need him in order to activate it. Norman statue. So this is not the item we needed to get in water. As dumb as that sounds, you would think that would be the key item you need in order to get in the water. Nope, there's another one altogether we have to get. I gotta go. Also looks like when he's ducking, his hair is kind of ponytailed, but I know that's not the case. Also like that even though he is half vampire and presumably can heal from wounds much faster and more easily and totally than a human being, he still wears knee pads, which I think we talked about in either the first or second episode, but maybe I didn't fully articulate my thoughts on that. Get out of here. Oh, crap. Don't touch the water. I also think we went into why exactly vampires are weak to water, but they had a whole bunch of weaknesses in the original Bram Stoker story that they just didn't go into in future versions of the story, where they simplified it down to garlic and sunlight and crosses, religious symbols. There were also things like Dracula in the original novel had to have some kind of soil, like native to his homeland when he slept. So the coffin that he laid in actually was absolutely loaded with dirt. Also, Dracula traditionally could not cross moving bodies of water. And while I don't think any of the water here is moving bodies of water, that's just one of the things that he couldn't do. If you watch the anime that they put on Netflix for Castlevania, they kind of adhere to that as well. The castle and Dracula himself, I don't think can move across any of the water. They actually have to like build a bridge or something like that in order to do their evil plan. Get tired of your bull, zombies. Nice little touch I didn't really get to talk about in the previous two episodes. You notice that there are bodies in the background here, and all of them have been impaled. Kind of hearkening back to Vlad Tepes, who was the inspiration for the character Dracula, who was widely known as Vlad the Impaler because he would physically have his opponents impaled. And I believe he did that outside his castles, just kind of a warning to anyone else who would dare oppose him. Oh, we got another weapon. Oh, come on. Get. Like this is one we already had. We're going to go ahead and put it on anyway. All right. A little bit faster attack, too. No, come on. Yes, save, dummy. Alright, so we couldn't go back the way that we wanted to. We need the merman statue to get the ferryman to show up on the other side of the underground caverns. All the way over on the far right where we fought the lady with snakes and wolves to get the crystal cloak. We actually have to go back there in order to go through the second part of the underground where we'll find the item that we need to traverse water. We could do that now, but I think what we'll do instead, since we are where we're at on the map, we're going to go up the left side of the castle, because there is an item that we definitely want to get now if we can, which will allow us to double jump. One of the things I didn't really go into too much in the first or second episode is the fact that a lot of the items in this game actually have special abilities, usually tied to a combination of button presses. So like in the case of the Basilard, if you press back and forward before you attack, instead of doing these little jab punches, which he can hold if you hold the button, you see how he holds it at the ready. I think enemies can get damaged if they touch this. If you press back forward, he does more of a complete slice move like this. Not every item has a special ability. It's usually just a handful. Uh-oh. That's a problem. We gotta put on the short sword. Now that's gonna affect my damage potential. But I do have more reach with this weapon. Not a ton, but more. Am I going the right way? I am going the right way. For a second there, I thought I missed a door, but it is still further up and to the left. Eventually, we'll want to come back here so we can go up into that room. I think there is a sword maybe up there. Uh-oh. Nope. I want the Bible if I can't have my booty. That's sweet, sweet booty. Again, I might not have talked about this in the first or second episode. I liked the first 2 seasons of the Netflix Castlevania show because it covered basically the story of not only the third Castlevania game. I think that's what it was supposed to be based on, because you play as, the characters in the show are Trevor, Sypha, and Alucard. They did not include Grant for some reason, but they did loosely follow the story of the video game Castlevania 3. I didn't watch past the second season because it was kind of like, why do they even need to keep going? Technically, they're following the story of Curse of Darkness, which is following Hector and Isaac, who were the forge masters for Dracula. Basically, they created the demons that he used to fight. Oh, cutscene.
So, we meet again, Alucard.
It seems so.
As friendly as ever, I see. It's strange. This castle is different than I remember it.
This castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations.
So I can't trust my memories, huh? Oh well, I'll do my best. Good luck.
I think she did that just so he would smell her perfume. Let's be honest, she's got the hots for him. She's here ostensibly to save her buddy Richter, who has disappeared, but yeah, once she saw Alucard, she was like, oh, I gotta get me some of that. Oh, come on, save. I keep hitting the B button on the Xbox controller. You gotta hit the A to do all the things. Whee! Alright, we got a ring, which I don't think we can equip, but maybe we can? Yeah, they don't actually do anything. There's no reason to put that on. It is purely cosmetic. It's good for selling, and that's it. Ow! Don't want to take too many of those. Now, if you defeat the bottom one of the skeleton pillars there, the top one will actually fall to the bottom of the stairs, and it can hit you when it does. Come on, guy. Seriously? Stop. There we go. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff I can't do here simply because I can't double jump or fly yet, so we'll see a bunch of items that I can't do anything about. We'll just have to let them go. Okay. Thank you. There's also an item that's going to chase us all the way back down to the bottom, and that is the only way to safely work around it. Alright, we're good. I think this guy drops a sword that's actually pretty good, if we can get lucky. I mean, if being... Okay. Come on! I hate these things so much. We're coming up to the bad ones soon here. Ah, come on! I probably should be using this. There we go. I have not been using my sub-weapons enough, and they are a difference maker in the luck mode. That's what I was worried about right there. We're going to free the iron ball and then run the hell away, because that is a one-hit kill. There it is, run away! Do not try to jump that. If it clips you in any way, it will do, I think, 60 or 70 hit points of damage, and that's enough to kill me at this point. I just want to keep it kited so that it doesn't disappear off the screen. I think I can make this jump! Alright, good. And I believe there is life up at the top of the steps here, but I may not be able to get it. I might need a double jump to reach that item. Ah, crap. Get out of here. Yeah, it's up here and I can't get to that. Shoot. But I think this is a save room? No, it's not. I know I'm near the save room, but this isn't it. I think there's an item up here I can pick up, though, right? Ah, crap, I might not be able to get that. Well, let's see. I got it. Cool. Alright, so we want... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Wait, want to equip... Okay, whatever. Stop it. Cool. So that increased my intelligence, but not my hit points. Come on. Out. I think that middle candelabra there drops a clock. Should be nice against this enemy, but we'll probably avoid it. If he starts doing heavy hits, I may have to... use one of my consumable items to get rid of him, because this guy can hit real hard. Here we go. Look at those swords! Oh, I dropped a sword! And it is a really bad sword, too. Oh, no. I shouldn't have picked that up. It's this one right here, and it does real bad damage. Alright, how do I sort these again? There we go. Alright, where are we level-wise? I can't do anything this way, as far as I know. I'll just leave that guy because I'm not going to do any... Oh, but it gives you a shield. All right, so I think in the interest of keeping the game moving, we're going to put the shield on. And we'll just put the sword that I had on before, which I think was just a short sword. Because if you have a two-handed sword on, you can't equip a shield, period. So killing those little satellite swords actually gets you an item. The important thing is we want to get over here because I believe this is a save room, which I desperately need the health from. Oh, no! So this is fun. You're in a confession room. The game does not shy away from the religious iconography, considering it's supposed to take place in our world. This is all happening in Wallachia, or Wallachia, I'm not sure how you say that. If you sit on the left side here, you are the one doing the confession, and a ghost priest will appear. Let's see if I get him. This is the bad one. Don't wait. Watch. Joink! He attacks. And then disappears. However, if you get the blue one, not this one, not this one, we'll get him eventually. Come on. Hup. There he is. He'll actually sit down. He'll listen to you, give your confession. And then he drops an item. A nice little pickup if you are patient enough to let him finish. And you can actually take your turn as the priest and listen to someone else's confession. This lady will sit down. I'm guessing she has a lot to confess because technically she never finishes. All you can do is wait until you get bored, try to stand up, and then she'll thank you for listening and disappear. I don't think she drops anything. However, just like the priest, there is an alternate version. Not her. Not her. Now I'm not going to be able to get the alternate to show up. There she is. She'll do the same thing as the alternate version of the priest and jam a spike through the wall at you. Alright, we're going to do the best we can to get to the top to... Where is that save room? Oh man, maybe there isn't one. I could have sworn there was a save room somewhere nearby. We might be in trouble here. I don't know if I have a ton of recovery items. Coward. He has no problem attacking me from a distance, but when I get close, then he panics. Ah, come on. Let me get him. Things are getting dicey. Alright. This is another one-way room. Can't get through there until you get to the other side and can hit that little gold statue, which will lower the platform, and then you can cut through here. We gotta use an item. Let me see what I got that I can use to heal. I got pot roasts, bananas, shiitakes. I have plenty of shiitake. Eat one of those. Not bad. I think that'll be enough for now. Or I get accosted by a bunch of birds. Ah, there we go. I knew it was coming. These little winged knight guys can actually drop, I believe, their spear. But they also drop a healing item. I think it's ham and eggs. Why ham and eggs? I don't know. Video game reasons. Alright, so this one on the right side is the one you want to take. Really should be using my alternate attack here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there is a way to get through the wall here to get whatever is on the other side there to the right, but I cannot for the life of me remember what you gotta do. I believe it's tied to a sword that you can get that allows you to do a special attack, but I'm not 100% certain I ever figured out how to do it. Also, I know Hunting Girl here drops a sword, I think just called the Hunting Sword. Or Hunter Sword, something like that. I need up here. There's health! At the top. There it is. Very good. So I think we're coming up on the boss fight that is in this. Oh, yes, yes. Armor. Very good. We want as much upgrade in our defense as possible. And this is definitely an upgrade. 2 points. Better than nothing. There we go. Oh no, this is the guy that drops the halberd. And possibly the ham and eggs. There's the ham and eggs. I think on the boss fight we're coming up to, I may use some consumable weapons. Just because I have them, and I'm probably not going to find a ton of use for them otherwise. And we are 2 rooms away. Ish. Wow, that's killing me. I can't believe that. Oh, by booty! Yeah, by booty. My by booty. My by booty. Oh, you are a powerful weapon. A powerful weapon. Oh, you are a powerful one. My by booty. Get out of here. Okay, so we're at the boss. Here's what we're gonna do. As I remember the button presses. We're going to replace this. No, hold on. Sort them. There we go. With a... I just picked up the Bat Ally one. We can try that, and then we can burn these others. We'll try this one first. See if this will help me any. Go get him! You missed! It's this way! That's why these things suck. Alright, use this one, which won't do much either. Oh, I spoke too soon. He did some hits. He did some hits. Alright, let's try Magic Missile. Magic Missile! Magic Missile! Gotcha. This isn't a very tough fight, if I'm being honest. We're going to save the Neutron Bomb and the Pentagram because those are actual good items. And we don't want to waste good items if we don't need to. This is an easy enough fight that I can just poke away at them with this. Oh! And by booty. The power of by booty compels you. Oh. Look, I can dodge under his fire attack. That's how ineffective this is as a boss. He just crapped some eggs. And I killed his eggs. I guess that would be a she then. Well, I mean, seahorses carry children, right? The males. Yoink. Get some health. Uh oh.
Impressive. You're very strong.
And you're following me.
What is it you want? You didn't come here to tell me that.
I'll give it to her straight,
right.
brother.
Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Of the Belmont clan? Of course, but...
Nice touch there.
He disappeared about a year ago, and I'm sure he's here. If you see him, please let me know.
As you wish, my lady.
Thank you. So, you do know how to be a gentleman.
So what happened there, just to be clear, if the story is not something that you're fully up on, Richter Belmont is the last Belmont who defeated Dracula, and it only happened 6 or 7 years before the events of this story. Alucard hasn't been awake for 300 years, 400 years. He doesn't know Richter Belmont. The only Belmont he ever met would have been Trevor Belmont. And Trevor Belmont has been dead for a very, very long time at this point. So when she asked him, do you know Richter Belmont? He goes, you mean of the Belmonts? Yeah, I guess. And then they showed a picture of Trevor Belmont from Castlevania 3. Very nice touch there. They could have just said, nope, no idea who that is. I know the Belmont name, but yeah, the way they played that out was a very well handled bit of storytelling there. Come on, give me your weapon, dummy. I actually don't know for certain that he actually drops a weapon. I assume he does. And we are... Oh, there's my save room right here. Nope, did it wrong again. I'm going to remember the button presses I have to do eventually. They're going to sink into my skull. I think part of what's affecting it is the controls are changed just a little bit from the original PlayStation controls, simply because this is an emulated version of it on the Xbox 360, so technically it's not the original game. I do have the original, but this is the easier one to look at. A different weapon, finally. Give me something with some juice. This is definitely better than a short sword. Yeah, 5 better. Alright. Now watch, I'm going to pick up another damn short sword here. Boink, boink. So technically, we're at the top of the castle, and I need that right there. That's the item we're really looking for. There's really nothing stopping you, if you wanted to, from beating the game right now. We don't want to, but we could. The only thing I need to do is cross the gap between the bottom and top of the stairs that traditionally lead to Dracula's throne room. And we will be able to do that as early as right now. All you have to do is a little trick where you launch yourself across the gap, and we can do that using the wolf form. Alright, I think this is a teleport room. Yes, it is. All you have to do to activate it is simply walk in, because now that we have 2 other teleport rooms available, we can use those to transport all over the castle. The top, the far right, the long, tall shaft area, I don't know what to call it, and then all the way down at the entrance for the entire area. I'm just going to call it the clock tower on the far right, but I know that's not all clock tower. Alright, so let's make this jump! And I think, yeah, that's just an item room. Oh no. If this is the bad one, it is the bad one. Oh boy. Alright, things are about to get very interesting, because I think this is an item that literally does no damage. Yeah. I may not use this at all, because literally I can't hit enemies with it. It doesn't work. Watch, we'll attack this guy. Doesn't even hit him. See? It goes through. I mean, I could do sub-weapons and consumable items for a while, but eventually I'd run out of those or run out of hearts to use the sub-weapons, and then I'd really be screwed. This is absolutely a game-breaking item, and we just can't use that. I mean, the only other way I could do it is just play keep away from the enemies, and that's just no fun. Oh, you jerk. God, the flea guys are already a pain in the ass, but you put them on a bird, they somehow become worse. Perfect. Leap stone. So what that does is it allows me to double jump. Get some food. So that breaks open a lot of traversal options that were limited to begin with in the game. Now we have the ability to jump twice and also do a little jump kick there, which is a nice little additional way to traverse because you can use that to bounce off of enemies and then jump again. And this is as far as we can go up here because I can't go any higher in this room. However, there are two things that we can do now that will help with our traversal. We want to go all the way back to the underground area, but first, before we get there, we want to actually go to the clock room that was in the dead center of the map. I suppose when I get to editing, I'll put like arrows trying to explain where I'm talking about because I don't remember every area of the map by name, and they do have names. They show them at the beginning of your entrance into these rooms, but they just don't pop to mind when I'm playing this game, unfortunately. I want some health. I mean, technically, I could just go into the save room and get that health, but this is more fun because I am a vampire and I want to drink their blood. Oh, I can't do this. Crap. Well, I'll have to do this the long way, which means going all the way up the... Well, it's not that far. I can take the elevator and skip some stuff. So, there is potential for getting another weapon here. Yep, I knew it was gonna happen. Oh, man. Hi, short sword. It's been a while. Technically, I could have just not hit him at all. I could have skipped by, but that's not how we're playing this. And there's one thing to keep in mind here is that I'm not technically required to fight any enemies. Oh, crap. Come on. Get up. I need you to step on the platform. But part of the fun of the randomized element of this game, along with the luck stat, is that there's a chance I could... Oh, crap, you bastard! I knew he was going to get me as soon as he started walking over here. Get out of here. Keep going. No, I need you on this. I need you right here. Right here. Come here. Come here, you mindless idiot. Stop deking and get over here. No, he... I wish there was a block I could push on this. Come on. You can do this. You're now literally walking the wrong way. Stay. I may not actually need to do this. Can I double jump up to it? I sure can. I'm an idiot. Alright, let's go to the top. Blee! Blah! Blue! I'm just like Daddy. I go, blah! I always love the crystal cloak. Of all the cloaks you get in this game, it is the coolest because you just see stuff through the backside of Alucard. Get at a... Alright, how far we gotta go? Not that far. Let's go ahead and take an opportunity to save. You know, for a zombie, they are certainly very vocal when they die. I think maybe there was a translation issue on those particular enemies. Maybe they didn't get it quite right. I think the axe armor here, or axe, whatever they are, actually drops one of the few sub-weapons that an enemy can drop in the game. You kill him, it's the axe sub-weapon that gets dropped. It's an interesting choice there. Probably because you never get an axe as an actual, like, primary weapon. And they said, well, this guy drops something. Let's make it a weapon that he actually would use. So now we can cross this gap. Well, not quite. We could almost cross that gap. Yep. Alright, so we're back in the clock area. It's funny, they have a clock tower, but also a clock rooms. But this is where we wanted to be. And the reason for that is... I may not be able to do this. I have to have the watch. But we can do this. And this will actually lead us to another part of the map this way. We'll take that. We actually want to go back and try to grab a clock and give up my precious by booty. Because we want to get in this room over here. And we need the stopwatch to do that, if I'm not mistaken. Oh! I gotta remember where the clock is. Is it this way? It may be, and if that's the case, then I may have screwed myself. Oh, I got up there. Again, one of the nice things about having that double jump is you can bounce off objects and then use that as a platform to jump again. So you could, in theory, stay up in the air a very, very long time. Crap. I don't remember where the clock is. May not be able to do this after all. Oh, we'll save this area here. And then we're going to go down through that long twisting area we tried in the first episode. I have more defense and more health now, so I should be better off getting through this area than I was the first time. Unfortunately, we're also still equipped with a short sword because the enemies that I keep fighting drop them. Can't quite get up to those yet. Not yet. Those will require something a little bit more than just the double jump. Thankfully, I'm doing far more damage now because my critical hit ability... Cool. I think the kick actually is tied to how much damage you do with your primary weapon. Not certain on that. Oh, we never picked this up. So now I can see how much damage I'm actually doing, which I couldn't because we never went back this way. Alright, anyway. Fight the big brute with the ball and chain again. Yeah, look at all that damage. Much better than the first time. First time I was fighting him with nothing but a wing and a prayer. Get him. Bye, booty! These guys, if you do kill them, I believe they have two different drops. They have a standard and a flame boomerang, which are both consumable weapons. Again, the best way to make use of those, I think, is just if we have a boss fight and I'm using a weak weapon, I may just give the consumable weapons a try just to burn through them. All except for the critical ones, which we're going to save for, like, say, fighting Dracula eventually. Alright, we made it all the way through. I didn't find the damn clock. That's disappointing. I can't remember where it is. I think there's one to the right. To the far right. Like we have to go down that long shaft to the left, or to the right, rather, that you follow all the way to the vertical area on the far right of the map. And I never got the item over there, but we should be able to do it now. Because I can double jump. And we get some health. Very important to check everything you can reach when you're doing these backtracking areas, so you don't have to repeat stuff 4 or 5 times. And I never got the item under here to the right down this way, which we can do now, which is another heart up. So I can throw more of that precious by booty. And that's it this way. We'll just go ahead and head up. We gotta go back through the area we just came through to get down here in the first place, just so I can get back up to the vertical shaft that leads down into the basement. Oh, I thought I got him. Get out of here. Get some blood out of this guy. Or not. Fortunately, there is no one this way that has blood, so can't get that health back. Not much. I mean, you're talking 3 hit points, maybe? Nope, don't want that. You're good, but you're no by booty. I think these guys drop pentagrams if you actually manage to get an item to drop out of them. Man, they hit hard. Ooh. Oh, look at that critical. 110 hit points. Rawr. Dracula's a man of culture, and then part of that culture apparently is cat statues. Big cat statues. Owie! Jerk. Eat my booty! Got him. I believe Plate Lord drops armor, if he drops anything at all. Again, I've actually gone through this game before doing the luck build many times and picked up pretty much everything every enemy drops. So I know most of the good item drops, including some of the mid-tier stuff that is nice to get but not necessary to beat the game. There's a couple that are crucial items Oh, here we go. If you're trying to make it a super easy run. Of course, if you've played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you know the best item in the game, without a doubt, hands down, is Chrysogrim, or Chrysogrim. I'm not sure how else you're supposed to say it. Basically what it is it's an item that makes you attack 3 times incredibly fast. And if you actually manage to get the drop, which is not a guarantee, it's dropped by like a bouncing scarecrow enemy. If you manage to get 2 of them, you can put them in both hands. Because in this game, you can actually, instead of putting a shield in your secondary hand, you can actually put another weapon. And if you put 2 Chrysogrims on at the same time, you can alternate their attacks as fast as you can press the button. So it would be like... I don't know if you can hear that. And every time you press that button, it's 3 attacks. It absolutely destroys enemies in seconds. The final fight against Dracula, if you've leveled up your character in any way whatsoever, if you have 2 Chrysogrims, maybe 3 seconds, that's how powerful that weapon is. Now, on top of that, if you actually manage to beat the game once and go back through on a replay file, which is what we're doing right now, you can pick up a ring from a particular enemy called the Paracephalopus. I'm probably butchering the name. A big yellow skeleton. And the item is called Ring of Varda. And that one, and I think we talked about this in one of the previous 2 episodes, basically increases the stats for every character across the, or every stat across the board by many, many, many points. And if you pick up 2 of those, which it takes a lot of luck and a lot of grinding, you become an unstoppable juggernaut. It's the best way to power through this game with no difficulty. It is game-breaking if you manage to find them. But again, the only way you can get the Ring of Varda is to play a replay file of the game, so you had to have already beaten the game once. Keep in mind, this is not the hardest game in the world. This is very much a beatable game with just standard weapons. But if you're looking to make the game trivial in its difficulty, 2 Rings of Varda, 2 Chrysogrims, and you don't even have to think about the end of the game. You just play it and beat it as fast as you can jam on the buttons. It's over. Alright, so we have the clock. Hopefully that allows me to get into the other room, if I'm remembering right. And if I'm not remembering right, this may have been a bad choice, and I lost my precious spy booty. Alright, let's see. There we go. I was right. So we get a shield. The Alucart shield! What is the Alucart shield? It is a bad item. It resembles the family shield, but it is not the family shield. So what this does, if you pick up this and I think 2 other items, the Alucart sword and the Alucart armor, that increases your luck stat as well, I think. There's the Alucart mail, and there's the Alucart sword. So let's go ahead and put all 3 of those on. Because I picked them up. I have to. Yeah, see, my stat for luck went up another 30 points. Unfortunately, my defense and my attack ability went down about as far as they can possibly go. That's the downside, because these are the knockoff pieces of equipment in the game. The upside, yes, there is an upside to using these, is that you not only get the increased luck for better drops, but you also get the same attack speed as the Alucard sword, which is already an incredibly fast attacking weapon. So for the time that we'll get to use it, this will be a very nice weapon. Even if it doesn't do a ton of damage. With that extra luck stat, we also will have better chances of criticals. So, we'll ride this as long as we can, but eventually I am going to find other equipment, and because this is a use what you find playthrough, we won't keep this combination of equipment together for very long. No, I want to do this. Yes, we want to go down, because I want to finish this episode in the exact same spot that we started. Actually, I don't need the clock anymore. We'll take the Bible. Oop. It's going to seem silly, but yes, we are going exactly to the same area we were at the beginning. Come on. There we go. Is that a save room? Yes, it is. Let's go in here real quick. We're going to get down to where I stopped the last episode, but before we stop there, we're going to go all the way to the right, because we now have the ability to do so. As nice as it would be, we can't make the jump for this gap. Just too far. But we can do this. Whee! If you jump kick, you can't move anymore. You get fixed in position. Alright, so the whole point of this episode up to this point was to get the item at the bottom of the underground area so that we can walk in water. And you couldn't get the ferryman to show up here unless you had the merman statue.
I'll guide you to meet your destiny.
Okay. Lead the way. If you don't duck here, you can actually get pushed off the boat. Right here. Oh, nice pickup. We want that. Oh, this could have been a mistake. Uh-oh. I didn't have to take that. That was a bad choice. Come on. Don't leave me. If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, baby, please don't go. Alright, so we found it. The secret room all the way on the far right side of the cavern under the castle has a snorkel. Or holy symbol. And now we can stand in water without getting hurt. Why is the holy symbol a snorkel? I don't know. Again, I think some of these are just translation quirks because, of course, this was a Japanese game. But there's a whole bunch of cavern on the bottom side here that we can get to. And I think we can avoid pushing the ferryman through the caves right now if we want, just by walking under. Nice thing about the water is you have increased jump height while you're underwater. You do move a little bit slower, but you cover more ground with each jump, so you can get out fairly easily. Alright, so we got one more big area on the far right. Oh, come on. Who? I think this is an area you can go to farm a little bit of cash as well, but I might be thinking of the far right side, or the far left side, rather, of the underground caverns. Health up! Part of the reason you want to check all the underwater areas to begin with is there are items down here that you can only get if you can safely traverse it, including a knuckle duster. Nope, come on. Well, sorry extra luck, but we have a new weapon we gotta put on. And I think this one... Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought this one had a different attack if you did a combo, but I don't remember off the top of my head what that would be. You do get the extra attack speed. I don't know if it's as fast as the Alucart sword, but it's fast. You just lose that range. Alright, there we go. Let me get back up to the save room, which is actually up. I thought it was there. And do exactly what I said we would do. We got right back to where we were at the end of the last episode. Doesn't mean we didn't make progress. We actually made a ton of progress in the map here. All right, and how much of the map have we done? They don't give you a percentage here, do they? They don't. That's fine. Ultimately, here's what matters, and we'll show the map again. We managed to finish all of the underground cavern in this episode. We'll have to go back a little bit and pick up the stuff that was underwater because there are a couple of items and weapons that we would want to get just to clear the map and also upgrade our character's health as much as possible. But the key items that we got were the holy symbol, which allows us to swim underwater, swim, quotey fingers. And more important than that was the leap stone. The leap stone is going to allow us to go to 2 different places that we absolutely have to go to in order to advance the game. We need to go back to the library because there is a key traversal item there that we can only get now that we have the ability to double jump. Once we get that item, we should be able to go through basically everything else in the game, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check between episodes. But after that, we will be able to go into the Colosseum area, which is also important for advancing the plot of the game because we will find a very important character once we get all the way through the Colosseum. But we'll find all of that in the next episode. That's going to do it for episode 3 of my Castlevania Symphony of the Night playthrough. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.